Hello and welcome back to our next GIS lesson. Today we are going to make a map. I will quickly note that this is not a cartography class, so we are not super interested in the design principles or stylistic components. It's very easy to get down the rabbit hole with those. This is just going to be a quick way to make this. So I've decided I'm going to map slope and hillshade today. So I've got my hillshade open and I've got my background map still on. The first thing I'm going to do is go to Project and go to New Print Layout, and we'll open this new window after you title it. And you should have this tab called Item Properties. If it does not exist, go to View, go to Panels, make sure that is checked on. So I'm going to click on my layout here, and I'm going to change this into an 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to make it into a portrait so I can have both my maps on top of each other like that. So the first thing we got to do here is add the map itself. It will reflect whatever is in the background on your main GIS window. So in that case, I've got my hillshade. I'm going to make my scale like 40,000, I think. That will look good here. And then if I scroll down, I can lock my layer in so it won't move. Next thing I'm going to do is go back to my main window, and I'm going to turn on my slope. And so that will now be reflected in the next one I make. I'm going to click and drag a new map into here, make this look as close as possible to it, but note that you can use this tab Guides over here and add horizontal and vertical guides to make sure you have the same margins and same size, etc. Here I'm going to change my scale to 40,000. So now they are the same scale, so I can only use one scale bar, and I'm going to lock my layer on. Perfect. The next thing we're going to do is make some of the important stylistic components like a legend. So I have this button over here on the side, legend. I'm going to click and drag to where I want it to be added to. And you'll notice that it populates everything that I have open in my main GIS window. So if I click on my items up here, legend, and I go down here, I click auto update, we can now edit this using this minus button. So I'm going to get rid of a bunch of these. Now it just has the slope right there. And I'm going to, it sort of operates in the same way as like a click and drag shape on a PowerPoint. I'm also going to add a scale bar. They are now the same scale, which is great. So I'm going to go and add a scale bar. It gives you a bunch of different options if you go down on sizes, scales, shapes, etc. I'm just going for the default one here. We also need a north arrow, so I'm going to add in a north arrow up here. That one kind of added really small, but this also gives you so many options for what you want to add, style components, colors, etc. I'm just going for the default again. Last thing is we need a title. This works in the same way that sort of PowerPoint works here. So I just added that one. This one is my hillshade. That's not typing. Hillshade. Okay, and then I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and I'll drag that into sort of the middle here. And you can actually just copy and paste these. So I'm going to hit Command C, Command V, and just make a second one and drag it down for my next title into here and change the name so it is slope. Easy peasy. Okay, now that we've got all of our components we need, I know it looks kind of ugly. You are welcome to spend the time to make it look a lot better, but these are sort of the main components you need. I'm going to go ahead and export it as a PDF. Make sure you've got your maps locked in. Remember, that is this lock layers. And export that. I'm going to add it here into my working directory and save it. It has now saved, and now we can go back over and open it right here, and you can see I have a PDF of it. Excellent. Thank you so much. Check back for the next lesson.